Hello everyone. So this video will be a full video version of the YouTube shorts that I posted, which is the modeling of the headset. Okay, so good news. The redo panel bug that I posted or reported has been fixed and it's going to be uh, fixed for Blender 4.2.3. So when that version comes along, the refresh or redrawing of the redo panel will be fixed. Okay, so going to model the ear parts. So first I'm selecting this, I'm just using this cube to position the initial base mesh. Add intersect cylinder 64 and let's use the view. Delete this. So this inherited the origin location of the default cube. So all we have to do is mirror this. Okay. So I'm not going to use a human head to approximate the size. So I'm just gonna eyeball this and it's up to you. If you want to copy this and use a reference model, then it's up to you. Just modeling the base mesh and auto mirror X, Y, and Z. So in this part, going to add another intersect, this time a cube. I'm going to establish the mirror X and Y. So we're going to use to spin this like that. I haven't used the spin tool for a long time. I think the spin tool is Shift R or no. With 3 spin Alt E. Alt E. Okay, the spin. I think it spins on the location of the. Oh, you can adjust it. Okay. Once it's selected, Alt E and spin. Yeah, it spins on the location of the 3D cursor. So how do we do this? Cursor selected and Alt E spin. Cursor selected. I haven't used this tool in a while. There we go. 12 and 90. There you go. So we just had to uh, basically align the 3D cursor to this face and put it in the middle of the um, model. Excuse me, I gotta go tell the help something. Back, shadow to smooth, shadow to smooth. So for the details, I'm just gonna drive the details with random flow. and just use it sparingly on the headset. For the short, I used it. There's too much shapes in here. That was my mistake. There should be. We're going to use more relaxed areas for this part here, and less more for the head part. The ear part. I think this has a face. So delete that, and also the middle has a face. So going to, I think this spin extrude develop those faces. So all you have to do is toggle off the visibility of the mirror and delete these spaces, and then toggle it back on. Okay, so first up, this one, we're going to use the cloth panel cloth operator to create this like cushion areas here, here, and here, just like in the shorts. Okay, or maybe not here. We're going to do something different and use punch holes or something. Okay. I'm just gonna save this as headset. All right. So giving this, so I'm going to turn this into a quad. So the random panels could actually, random panel cloth could actually work on it. So quad slice, and then use view since we're just looking at it. Okay. And then P, I'm going to separate that and this part here as well. Separate it. And then we're going to use the final cloth. That's one, remove faces. And do not use the mirror. So I think the we're going to degrade or unsubdivide. We're going to apply the mirror first by mesh and unsubdivide to use, so we can use less resolution for for the base mesh and subdivide, and some of the verts here has been that form the perfect shape that copies this, the initial shape of the source object has been removed. So to counter that, we're just going to push it in. Oh, we don't have a geometry. Okay, maybe not that way. Subdivide. WS and circle. Oops. Nope. Doesn't work. Okay. Let's just, maybe the final plot effect will fill up the space. There we go. So we did that, so the operation is much faster. So the panel cloth operator could operate on the source mesh much faster than compared to using a high resolution base mesh. Just delete this panel cloth, pressure. Okay, let's use this one. Let's see for higher subdivision. 0.1.05. I'm looking at the edge. I'm trying to soften the edge. Let's try smoothing. 5. There we go. I think we could use this. I'll probably increase this to increase the mass to get rid of some of the minor wrinkles. Okay, this one. I'm going to apply the mesh and use only this part here. Let's try and use this. Use this resolution. Panel cloth. We just increase the subdivision. Not so much. 5 and then this to puff out a little more. It's not doing the maybe the big frames. Let's use 20 or even 30. There we go. One. Okay. So we're going to just going to delete this and this as well. Select this one and this one. Then auto mirror. Auto mirror works on multiple selected objects, but you have to use the eyedropper on the active object. Otherwise, it will display the mirror axis not found. So use it on the active object to find the axis. And X. There we go. Now for the oh, let's try this one first before the gribbles. And what do we want? Wait, we could use the. I could show you a trick with the cursor selected. Nope. Apply the mesh and cursor selected. Whoops. Cursor selected. Then reestablish the mirror. All that just to place the 3D cursor. And then plane view. So you have to actually apply the rotation after that, which is weird. Okay, and subdivide. We're going to make diamonds. So there we go. So basically, just use uh, uh, add numbers to create the diamonds. Then I inset. Then press I again for individual inset of all the faces. I think it's way too big, but let's do it again. Subdivide. There we go. And with the 3D cursor still in that position, I'm going to just get rid of this. Alt B. Oops, Alt B, Alt B, and it will basically hide everything in the viewport except for the ones that are in the Alt B highlight, the designated area. Go to. You don't need to do this, but you can. This is just to save on resolution. Or maybe we could just use gbake to bake the alpha. Draw cuts. Go to 3 for circle, then Shift C, Alt C, Alt C to snap the marker on the position of the 3D cursor. Alt C, then Shift G to lock the drawing on the position of the uh, to lock the drawing shape on the position of the 3D cursor. Then going to increase this going to increase the circle segments to 64 and space to confirm. Go to face selection number 3 and Control I, invert, and XF to select the faces. Okay, we're going to also to save up on resolution. We're not going to solidify this bit here. Reestablish the or apply the mirror, so we can do this, no problem, and shape this, scale this while keeping the circle shape. Okay, reestablish the mirror again. X, Y, Z. And for this one, just mirror it in the x-axis. Alt B to unhide. Okay. Undo because this has the wrong origin point. So select cursor to selected, then this one. Set origin to 3D cursor. There we go. Now it's mirrored correctly. Now for the gribble. But first we need to add some more topology here. And I'm going to use random panels with no, not using the merge panel toggle. This is going to be a non-destructive operation. So 100% or 50%. Increase the resolution, decrease the thickness, and zero margins. This will there's a value here that needs to be removed, so I'm going to fix the presets on the next update as well. Like that. So you can see the subdivision banding there. In the earlier videos that I did explaining that, random. Okay, this one looks better. We're going to try and use the mesh smooth sharp operator to get rid of the banding. There we go. So in the next update, this will be the update for the smooth sharp operator. It will have the smooth sharp properties. This means that in your version, you only have this smooth flat, which means that the edges that doesn't meet the angle threshold, for example, these ones here, the vertices where we smooth it out, and the edges that are sharp or have sharp angle transitions will not be smoothed out by the smooth flat properties. Those sharp edges you can smooth out using this one here. There you go. So creates a perfect balance. It gets rid of those subdivision banding for minor cases, but for really extreme um, resolution, it may not be able to do that. So again, be careful when using the increasing the subdivision on organic or curved surfaces. Clear stroke. Okay, now we have that for the. Oh, this looks cool. The pattern looks cool here. And for this one, I'm going to draw something here and press T to cut through the object and go to number one for the square shape. Maybe this high and control E, bridge edge loop. Oh, we have this one here. So that's why it didn't work. We have that face there. So what we can do instead is delete all this and then do this. Make sure that you have the F2 add-on enabled. F, 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 F. We don't need this because it's hidden. We delete that. Alt H. And this one, just use Control P to triangulate. Then Alt J to codify. And then here you push it towards the maximum 180 degrees, and then there you have it. Okay, increasing the resolution for the gribble. Not too much, of course. And let's use the same settings and increase the cuts to generate more faces. Okay, so again, we're not going to overcomplicate the design on the head part or this head part here. You can reduce the amount of panel islands using this. So something like 40. And then play around with the panel seed. You can also delete islands later if you don't want it, or if you don't want some part of it, by using the Control L hotkey. So again, for the workflow, it's up to you. For the design, you can, of course, drive the design with manually, and then just use the random floor tactically or strategically all over the mesh. Using this to 90. I increased it to 90, so the randomization could at least cut this part here. Okay, let's just look for perfect shape. There's spiking on this part because of the way the topology is being driven there. Okay, I think this is good. There's not too much detail there. Not too busy, just enough. Here's sharp. Then we're going to use to get rid of some of the subdivision banding. The smooth sharp again. There we go. Zero 05. And it looks a lot straighter. Okay, now it's time for our, get rid of this. Now it's time for our, I'll probably fix that for the next update as well. Time for textures. Did we turn some of this cloth as well? Maybe, probably. Let's go. Alt key, press the Alt key, and then the operator to pick all the faces. Alt, and then click on the panel cloth operator. And we're going to just use this. We're not going to remove the faces. Do not use cuts. Do not use mirror. Let's see if this turns out okay. The topology might be the problem. Shift Q, mesh, and then track faces. Press Shift for the expanded select. Then space to finish. And we're going to unsubdivide. Use an even number. Don't worry about this triangles here. Let's use this final cloth and let's get rid of the faces. Still the same. Around 25.1. Still the same. So buff. Did I just mirror? Okay. I wonder what's causing the wrinkles there. But this looks okay. Oh, it's getting ripped here because there's a mechanism in panel cloth that, well, let's go back to extraction. There's a mechanism in panel cloth that unpins the vertices that are in the edges that are marked sharp. So we're not going to use those faces. Instead, we're going to use this and clear sharp. And with them selected, utility, panel cloth, let's get rid of the faces. Off. There we go. And get some gravity going. Oops, too much. This script is using the internal plot simulation, by the way. And one here, 0.15. Yeah, I think we could do something like 0.4 to make it more buffed out. There we go. Okay. Um, Textures. Shading up in materials. I'm going to pick the cloth objects. Control Shift X for creative flow and materials. Assign material our flow cloth. Hide them and let's select all these mesh materials and then random vertex color, no saturations value 3 island and randomize. Alt H. Oops. Nope. With this selected, assign material, our flow metal. Alt H, and let's view the result. So right off the bat, we got something good. Let's change the. I'm going to change the HRI to something more suitable for fixing. We're still going to fix the look of the shader, but right now it's already looking pretty good. Okay, so for the cloth, you can see that the bump is too big, bump texture is too big, so that's the Voronoi texture. We're going to scale to something like 200. There we go. And this one, we're going to assign our vertex color. So again, enable the node wrangler add-on for this sub-window to show up. Vertex color. And instead of using color ramp, we're going to use overlay from the mix color node to intensify the effect of the vertex color. Set this to 1, and the darker you have it, the darker the parts of the vertex color that are darker will be. And the good thing about this, compared to to using color ramp, is that you can use color with your vertex color, and it will not desaturate it. We're gonna test it out right here. For example, an arrow J, oops, J and J. So for manual assignment of vertex color, you can use Creative Flow. Set this to something like red. There you go. So you can, of course, affect the values of the color using the overlay, and it won't desaturate the color, as you can see. So we're just going to fix the dirt. First off, Control Shift click on a node, and it will let you preview that in the 3D viewport. You have to have Node Wrangler enabled for you to do that. 0.005, set the strength to 1 and 40. And let's try and break it up some more. There we go. Gravity, make it smaller. And the 9, something like 0.9 or 0.95. And make it smaller still. Okay. And this one, something like 2. And softness 0.85. Okay, let's take a look at the overall of the shader after those edits. So it's looking good. So we have the bevel node here. You can use it to change the bevel of those sharp edges. We're going to change the color of this for something like less saturated, more black. So you have your grungy. Now you have your grungy headset ready for your concept art. And this looks good enough for close-up renders as well, not just a background asset. Let's try some sharp lighting. There you go. And you can play around with the vertex color too. Vertex color set to yellow. We can repeat that color for uniformity, for the sake of uniformity, all over the mesh. Set, and just click on this. You don't have to touch the color wheel. And we can also repeat the red area. Pick. Oops, I have those still selected. So deselect those and then pick. There we go. Set. Okay, so our headset. Um, there's now this part here needs more detail for the transition, but we can leave it the way it is for now. Final cut. So when the redo panel refresh bug has been fixed, I'm going to also dive with random starship a bit more. Materials, assign material. No. Wait. Vertex color material. Deselect the vertex color and select emit. And then change this to emission. Emission. Again, that's the texture. Emission. Bring this to something like 15 and change it to orange. There we go. Now we can reassign that light all over the mesh, just sparingly. Assign material, emit. And let's repair that. It's too big. We're going to draw the shape instead. Control T to triangulate, Alt J to codify. Final cut. Control plus to expand the selection. Assign material, emit. There we go. It's a lot smaller. And last one here. Emit. Here we go. You can also do the panel cut for cloth. Create that effect. Okay, let's actually mark this one or cut this one. There we go. And here you have it, the headset from the YouTube Shorts that I just posted. So that's the workflow. And for this version, we use the randomization to drive the design instead of the reverse, which is manually modeling most of the design, then strategically using random flow for certain parts of the mesh. So you can definitely do or choose one of those workflows. But the one that I use frequently, as you can see, is that the to drive the design using random flow to save time. Of course, especially with shorts. So with shorts I just use the simple base meshes to make the video actually shorter. To drive all of this, you can parent it on an empty. Then you can use the empty to move this whole object. I think I haven't tested it yet, but I think you can. I don't know if the asset browser can actually save this as an entire thing which is parented, or just single objects from this. So I'll try and let you know in the next videos if that's possible. So we don't have to actually join these meshes using Control J. So because with Control J, you basically if they have different smooth shading, for example, it will disrupt the look of the model. So it's better sometimes to leave them alone as multiple meshes instead of being one. Okay, so this is it for this video. And again, I hope you learned something new. Subscribe and hit notify, and also like this video to show it to more people. That helps me out and also helps you out. And visit my Patreon for some free stuff as well. You just need to become a free member. If you have any questions, use the comment section below and the links in the description. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.